Welcome to the Inventory Source Podcast. With 15 years of experience in e-commerce, dropshipping, and data automation, we bring you notable insight and knowledge of e-commerce and tech from industry experts.
All right, hey everyone, thanks for joining. This is Austin at Inventory Source. This is another podcast coming your way. We've been doing a lot of podcasts recently, but mainly on the supplier side, really supporting and highlighting our integrated suppliers and partners. What's really cool about this one, super excited about, is we do now have a e-commerce platform partner that we wanted to feature on this podcast. It's one of the best relationships that we have out there with an e-commerce platform. It is SellerActive. You guys might have heard of SellerActive. They are on the e-commerce platform side of things in regards to pushing out your product listings to all these different marketplaces. They have a really cool in-house repricing tool and a bunch of different functionalities in there as well that Ian's going to hit on. Ian is the senior sales rep here or at SellerActive, and we're super excited to get him on board. Ian, thanks for joining. Appreciate it.
Yeah, Austin, thanks for having us, man. We're really excited to join you on this podcast today, and look forward to some other things as well that we can do with you guys moving forward. Hi, everyone. My name is Ian Leslie. I am a senior sales rep with SellerActive. I've been with the company for about 5 years now, and really excited to share some of the cool stuff that we have going on over here with you guys.
Yeah, sounds great, and I know there's been a lot of new stuff going on, and we're gonna hit on that probably a little bit here in the podcast. But just to give all the listeners, some background, please let us know exactly, what is SellerActive, how'd you guys start, maybe some background, and then we'll go from there.
Sure thing. So SellerActive, we call ourselves a channel management solution. We're an all-in-one platform that handles listing creation, inventory management, order management, as well as automated repricing across the major marketplace channels out there. So, we integrate with Amazon, eBay, Jet, Walmart, and quite a few other channels. We can simultaneously create listings for you across these channels. We do automated and competitive repricing, focusing, on Amazon, specifically targeting buy boxes and different things like that. And a whole bunch of other tools that we have to offer people to help them streamline and automate, their e-commerce operation. A little bit of background on us. We were actually born out of a textbook company called BookBite. The owner of that company, Steve Gross, started selling textbooks out of his garage, I think in 1999. He saw a marketplace called eBay launch and decided it would be a good idea to list some books up there. It turns out that was a pretty good call, and by 2005, he had a pretty good operation going on. He had a warehouse down in Salem, Oregon. We're located up in Portland, Oregon. And essentially, he was selling quite a bit on eBay, Amazon, and a lot of other marketplaces. A guy came in to do data entry as a college job named Jason Hara, who was actually a computer science major at Western Oregon University. Jason saw some of the things that were going on at BookBite, thought he might be able to program up some things to help work with competitive pricing and automate a lot of the processes that Steve's team was doing manually. Turns out that was a good call as well. By 2013, with a lot of the code that Jason and his team set up, BookBite is hovering right around like $150 million a year in annual sales on e-commerce marketplaces. So, fast forward to now, Jason is the CEO of SellerActive. The platform that we offer people was essentially spun out of BookBite, and we've kind of just been consistently iterating and growing it since the launch, which was, 2012, 2013.
Gotcha. No, that's some great background. It's crazy to, understand exactly how some, businesses like yourself and I know we have a similar, kind of thing where, they just kind of popped up out of a good idea from, another company or something like that. So definitely some great stuff there. I know SellerActive does a bunch of cool stuff. Kind of takes us into, how does Inventory Source interface with SellerActive? And from my understanding, being the sales manager here and working with you guys for a good bit is we are the dropship connection for anybody, utilizing a SellerActive and sourcing products from a dropship supplier. So you can source products, products, from your various 3PLs or warehousing or garage, whatever it may be. Say you are utilizing a dropship supplier, right? That's kind of where we come into play, and we help interface and be that bridge for inventory updates, product uploads, order routing, and tracking as well. So kind of takes me into the next thing I wanted to talk about. I know you guys have been known to be one of the best repricing tools out there. I know there's certain companies that are specific to repricing. You guys have evolved into doing a whole bunch of other stuff. But take us into a little bit more about your repricing tool and how awesome it is.
Sure. And before I do that, if it's okay, I just wanted to reiterate. I mean, I think the thing that's so awesome about the partnership that we have together is the ability for your customers to access and source so many different product offerings from so many different suppliers. One of the things that we don't really do is handle that side of it. And so, with the combination of inventory source, being able to open up this wide array of products that, obviously has opportunity to be sold on the marketplace level. And then with SellerActive's ability to take that data, list it out to channels, and then, segueing into the repricing piece, it's just a really natural, combination. And I think the price point that we both offer is really competitive and really gives people an end-to-end e-commerce solution. So I just wanted to reiterate that point prior to jumping into repricing. So what did you want me to focus on specifically? Just kind of what our repricing does and how it operates?
Yeah, how that operates and what what marketplaces it works with as well. I believe it works
Sure.
with maybe all of them, but I've heard good things about it, so I'd love to hear a little bit more about it.
Sure. So our repricer is set up, and we have competitive repricing on Amazon, eBay, and Walmart. They all operate a little bit differently, but the bread and butter and where we've really made our name is on the automated Amazon repricing. As I mentioned, we were born out of a textbook company, and as you can imagine, what I like to tell people is our repricer better work, because if we're repricing textbooks, which is one of the most competitive industries out there, if it's not a nice solution, we're going to be out of business pretty quickly. So, the repricing technology we have is always iterated upon what our parent company has done. What we really focus on for people where there's a lot of repricers that like to drive prices down and rates to the bottom, SellerActive has kind of flipped the script on that, and we like to maximize profit for people. So we have a lot of different methods that we utilize for people. Obviously on Amazon, the name of the game is capturing buy boxes. So I'll focus on the algorithmic buy box repricing we have. It's really awesome. I mean, especially working with you guys, we could take cost from suppliers, and then what our sellers can do is set a threshold or a percentage markup based upon their costs and the site fees, and set that as a minimum price. At that point, that's literally all they have to do. And then our algorithmic buy box repricer is going to take over and figure out the best price to put people into the buy box at. On average, our customers see a 72% buy box capture rate. And what really separates us from some other tools out there is that not only are we capturing the buy box, we're literally sending prices every 46 seconds to Amazon to try to capture a buy box. Once we have that captured for you, we drive your prices up. So that's where the maximizing profit comes into play, and not just having a race to the bottom. We'll continuously price you up while you have the buy box captured, while you have the larger market visibility. And then once you fall out of the buy box, we'll start pricing that product again. We also have kind of layered pricing on top of that, to where if you don't have any competitors on the marketplace at any point in time, you can sell at a higher price point while you're the one with 100% of the market share. So on Amazon, that's our bread and butter is the algorithmic buy box pricing. We also have a lot of other pricing methods, however, so people can target the lowest price a penny below competitors. And as I mentioned, for Amazon, it's really on a 46-second cycle that we're sending price updates. It typically will take them about 2 to 3 minutes to reflect the price change on their marketplace. Happy to go into the eBay and the Walmart repricing as well. They operate pretty similarly. They don't reprice as fast as Amazon due to limitations of the APIs that we're calling upon, but without getting too much into the weeds, we do have the ability to mirror Amazon prices to these other channels as well. So if you want up-to-date repricing based upon percentage markups for other marketplaces, we can take your Amazon price and drive that to other channels too. So there's a lot of flexibility with it. And I mean, if your sellers want to learn more about it, we are happy to provide demos, and we have a lot of documentation that we can provide as well. Does that kind of cover repricing?
Yeah, it covers it a lot. I know I definitely learned a lot from what you guys provide in that regard, and that's kind of what I've heard from the customers that we have, and working here with getting used to things like my managing director telling me more about you guys, working with you guys at IRCE, and kind of hearing a little bit more about you guys as well, since I feel like we're always across the room from each other. Yeah, no, that's great. What other and I guess this might segue into the new stuff that you guys are doing, but what other applications or functionalities besides the repricing that you guys offer that's just some really cool stuff, kind of sets you apart from the competitors? And I guess that probably just segues into the new stuff that you guys released this year. So what else can a user be excited about that you guys have from a functionality wise?
Sure. And besides being excited for IRCE, because you guys do have the best booth there every year, and I think people need to stop by to figure out what we're talking about. I mean, there's a lot of different things that we're providing people. As I mentioned, we're consistently iterating our platform. Over 2018, our big initiative was to really enhance the user experience, and we essentially set up an entirely new application for people to do so. So, on top of the repricing that we offer, one of our competitive advantages that we have is the ability to simultaneously create listings for people on Amazon, eBay, and Walmart, the three major marketplaces out there. There's a lot of different ways we can do that. With you guys in particular, I mean, if they're sourcing products and they're put into SellerActive, we can go out and search product identifiers like UPCs, figure out what data we have available for that specific product, and get that product listed to Amazon, eBay, and Walmart. I mean, within 30 seconds to a minute. People have the ability. I know inventory source, a lot of the times people are working, in bulk. They're dealing with a lot of SKUs. And so we have the ability for people to do mass uploads, and we have really dynamic upload processes for people to get those products out quickly as well. On top of that, and I didn't really cover this because private label, I mean, that's kind of another side of the business, but that's one of the unique advantages we have for not only private label sellers, but what we like to call first to market resellers, people that are sourcing products that aren't necessarily on the marketplaces already. We have the ability to create ASINs, which a lot of our competitors out there don't have. And so what I mean by that is you can create an entirely new Amazon catalog with an ASIN, and we can get that product and push that out to other channels as well. So, that's what we are really excited about, is just this speed of being able to get your products out onto the marketplaces, combined with, an inventory sources use case, combined with automated inventory updates from suppliers, cost changes to affect the dynamic repricing, and really just trying to get trying to make sales happen for our sellers. So the all-in-one listing, the automated repricing, the speed of inventory updates, the ability to bundle products, the kind of innovative upload tool that we've released recently that a lot of people are really excited about. There's not really anything out there like it. That's what we've been working on and what we're going to be continuing to focus on, along with marketplace expansion.
Yeah. So what is that new listing that you just got going on? I don't know. I just got a newsletter.
Sure.
It seemed pretty cool. Jason looked pretty stoked on the email about it. What's this new thing you got going on?
Sure. So I mean, Jason is always stoked. He's. I mean, our development team has been really hard at work. So SellerActive in the past, it was kind of like it was a great platform, but it might not have had the most consistency or flow to it. We've really standardized the way that we're looking and thinking about how an e-commerce seller works. So our software is broken down essentially into 3 different workspaces. We have a product workspace where people are able to create products, manage the content of those products, manage inventory levels, manage cost of those, manage the vendors, different things like that. And really anything that goes into handling a product. We also have a listings workspace, which is pretty self-explanatory. I mean, the listings workspace, you can manage your pricing data on the marketplaces. You can look at all of your competitors on a specific ASIN. Anything that would go into your listing prices or anything like that, you can manage directly there. And then we have an orders workspace, which is pretty self-explanatory. All your orders go into there. If we're working with 100% drop shippers, the order workspace, really, it's just to flow them back to you guys to get tracking and flow back to us. But if you have a customer that maybe has like a hybrid type model and they're doing some of their own shipping, we integrate with all the major shipping tools like ShipStation. We work with another company here in Portland called Desktop Shipper. We also integrate with ShipWorks. So people have the flexibility of having a hybrid model, or if they're 100% drop shippers, just integrating with you guys for all of the order management, inventory syncing, cost updates, and then just using us to get products out quickly and make sure that they're priced competitively against other folks selling the same product as them.
Yeah, that's huge. We see a lot of everything, right? And I feel like
Yeah.
you guys do too, right? We see the full-time drop shippers, the part-time drop shippers, the hybrids, as you were saying, drop shipping, also maybe a 3PL, also maybe
Yep.
their own warehouse, things like that. And it's so funny trying to find the all-encompass one solution, which to be honest, really isn't out there. You got to find the good blend of this solution with another solution. Like for us specifically, right? If you are sourcing dropship suppliers and you're just pretty much selling on marketplaces and you need like the added on cool stuff that you guys got going, an inventory source plus a SellerActive partnership, having both of us just makes the most sense, right? And it's trying to find that relationship. I feel like is always a fun time to find if you are a retailer. So that makes a lot of
100%.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Takes me into the next question I got lined up for us here. So you guys seem to really, be really excited about the new workplaces that you have going on right now on the app and the listing abilities, things like that I'm sure anybody, if you have any questions, reach out to Ian or anybody at the SellerActive team, would be happy to answer. Is there anything else on your timeline for 2019 that's, that you might be able to hint on, give us maybe a little nibble,
Yeah.
Well, focus on something.
One bite, everybody knows the rules, essentially. There's a lot of different things that we're working on right now. I think big initiatives for us. I mentioned the ability to simultaneously list to Amazon, eBay, and Walmart. Very shortly here, we're going to have Shopify and BigCommerce added onto that. So if people have, shopping carts that they want to get listed to as well, we're going to be able to do that for them. And then from there, I think it's really, Jason, he's such an analytics guy that he knows, and we think we know what sellers also want, and a lot of that has to do with, you can put 50,000 products up on the marketplaces, but who's to say those are going to sell? And so what we're going to be really focusing, I think, a lot of our time on moving forward is our predictive analytics for people. So giving us a subset of your inventory or giving us a list of inventory, we're going to be able to literally tell you how much you can expect to sell on different marketplaces, not just Amazon. There's tools out there already that can do that. What we're focusing on is, hey, you have this product. Here's how many you can sell on eBay. Here's how many you can sell on Walmart. Here's how many you can sell on jet.com. And so that's a whole other aspect that we're going to be tapping into, I think, later on in the year. Also, additionally, admittedly, we don't have the most FBA-centric tools right now. And I think that's another aspect for people that are doing any sort of fulfilled by Amazon working with as well. We also have some different marketplaces out there that we want to integrate with. Obviously, Google Express, the whole Google suite are things that we were looking to do. And there's tons of other marketplaces. We talked about prior to this, shoring up all the integrations we have and really taking them even to the next level. I think one thing that you said that really resonates with me and something that our team is really focused on right now is the everyday life of an e-commerce seller, right? Like, as you mentioned, so many of them have these hybrid mixed models. And as you said, it's really about finding the complement and the suite of tools that are going to have your business run efficiently without an exorbitant price tag. I think what you guys have done really well, what we've done well, and some of the other partners have done really well that we work with is focus on our core competency. We know we are not going to be the tool that goes out and finds you 200 different suppliers to source products from. But what we can do is get those products out quickly and make sure that you're priced competitively
Mm.
So, I mean, I guess digressing too much, does that kind of cover your question?
Yeah, no, it absolutely does, and it's I mean hit the nail on the head when it comes to the complementary platforms, right? I mean, and I just feel like you guys have done a great job in regards to sticking at a core of what you do best, and I feel like that's why I'm just unbelievably excited to come to work every day. Is Inventory Source has done the same. We're
Mm-hmm.
specific to the drop shipping model, right? And automating that connection to wherever you need it to connect to. If it's a SellerActive, a Shopify, an Amazon, a Channel Advisor, whatever, we're there to help facilitate that. But we've done so much from the sourcing side of things with suppliers that we've released
Mm-hmm.
this US direct model that a lot of people don't want to go through supplier accounts. They don't want to get an EIN. Sometimes they just want to get started selling quick.
Yep.
We've now given you access to top US sourced dropship suppliers products ready to be uploaded into a SellerActive and onto an Amazon account, onto eBay. Hopefully soon here,
Yep.
onto a Shopify store. And I think that's going to be great. I think it's going to be a great compliment. I really didn't know you guys are going to add on Shopify and BigCommerce, and if you do, that's going to be big because that's all we see is these guys that in this hybrid model is they're making their money off Amazon, right? They're making their money off eBay, they're
Mm-hmm.
making their money off Walmart, but they don't want to forget about their store, right? They don't want to forget about their
Yep.
Shopify store, their BigCommerce store. Obviously, those are I think the two biggest in regards to how many integrations we have, and obviously very easy to get signed up with. So that's huge, and
Yep.
that's awesome to know. And I think all the listeners out there would be super excited. And you guys, you mentioned to me earlier, you guys brought down your pricing a little bit, right?
We did, yeah. And I mean, just to clarify, we have integrations with Shopify and BigCommerce, but
Mm-hmm.
the only thing we don't cover right now is the listing creation for them. So that's what we're going to be adding
Gotcha.
in, which we think is just going to help, tremendously.
Absolutely.
And I mean, really, the goal is to drive people back to your website, right? And that's a trend that we've seen is people's bread baskets are focused on Amazon, but there's a lot of opportunity to increase sales on websites, and so. We've got some tools to handle that as well. Now, in regards to prices, yeah, that's something that we've done is we've been in this space for quite some time. We know what the competitive landscape looks like, and what we're really excited about and what we stand on is the fact that now we have an all-in-one solution for listing creation, automated repricing, inventory syncing, and orders at a price point that really no one could beat. Um, you know, for the sophistication of our repricing that we offer people in conjunction with the listing tools, it's a really competitive price. So if you use SellerActive, you don't have to go find a repricing tool to use. And all of our pricing, it's really straightforward. I mean, you can see it all on our website. We don't lock people into contracts like competitors. We don't take a percentage of people's sales. What you see is what you get with us. And the salesman in me, if you pay us an annual agreement, you save 20% on our already affordable prices. So, there's a lot of great options that you can utilize with us, and the fact that it's an all-in-one platform. I mean, we're really excited about the price points that we've landed on.
Yeah, no, it makes the most sense for the market in itself too with e-commerce because you don't want to scare away some of those small business mid-market guys, especially the guys that they might not have all the time, right? They don't have the big
Totally.
team, but they have
Yep.
the willpower. They have the what we call is a lot of our guys, our customers are marketing gurus. Really, they know how to get out
Yep.
there in front of people. They know how to utilize a Facebook and an Instagram and all the other social media outlets as well. So it's really refreshing to know a company like yourself that's willing to keep their pricing competitive, because we've seen guys that have jumped to maybe one of those platforms out there that's just unbelievably priced, and you're really just getting
Sure.
old functionality, right? It's nothing crazy. So yeah.
Yeah, it's totally. And just to add to that, I mean, we have, since we've adjusted pricing tiers, I mean, we've literally called people and been like, hey, guess what? Your price is going down with us, right? And so not only have we added you more functionality, but, we want to make sure that our price point is something that people can scale with. And just to add on to the kind of the SMB side of things, I mean, the software that we have is really set up to scale with any size business. So, we have people doing as low as, $5,000 in monthly sales. We have people that are doing over $2 or $3 million in monthly sales. And so that's what's nice about our platform is really you can grow with it. And that's our intention, is to keep you around and, grow alongside of you.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. And hopefully we'll all grow together. Want to make sure that
Yeah,
we all have
yeah,
the same stuff going on. No, definitely some great
exactly.
insight. We've hit on a lot of stuff about what SellerActive does, how Inventory Source and SellerActive works together. Really talking about our core customers and some cool stuff coming on for 2019. Really, I guess the last question that I would have, and I'm just really curious on your insight, because I know you've been on the front lines just like I have been with talking with our customers and working through their questions. Is how do you guys set yourself apart from, say, a competitor out there, right? I know I've got my kind of gist down on how we set ourselves apart from some of the guys that people think Inventory Source is a competitor, but from a
Sure.
what did you say, a multi-channel platform?
Yeah, channel management
Okay, yeah, there you go.
solution.
Channel management solution. How would you guys set yourself apart
Yep.
if I was a customer looking to, get your value proposition compared to the competitors out there?
Certainly. So, I mean, there are. I could talk all day about why I think we are better, but what really sets us apart, I think, is not only just the all-in-one platform that you get, the ease of use, the ability to manage your content, the ability to get listings out quickly. I think it's the people that you're working with. Our support team is by far, in my opinion, best in the industry. We hear it from people that have come from all sorts of different competitors. We have live phone support available for people. We have live chat support. We have a live ticket system. And so, in an industry that's so predicated behind being behind your computer, we still give you that human element,
Mhm.
right? Like we've heard from a lot of people that you can't get someone on the phone if you have an issue going on. Being an e-commerce seller ourselves, we know that that is a priority that we have to provide people. And so we have, industry leading customer support. On top of that, we have implementation programs for people that really helps them get set up for success. So we don't charge setup fees or anything like that, but we do provide people one-on-one implementation to ensure they're set up properly with us. We don't limit the number of channels that people are on. We don't take a percentage of their sales. We don't lock people into contracts. And so I think just the level of customer support, the all-in-one platform, the ability that how quickly we're able to iterate and add on to the platform that we're currently offering people, and I think just the price points that we're able to hit on uh, really makes it a no-brainer for someone that's looking for an all-in-one
No,
solution.
a lot of good points there. Makes a lot of sense. I mean, we're all at the forefront of the support and sales and human element there, and we're all trying to get better at it, and weed out competitors, especially from that standpoint.
Hmm.
But yeah, man, great stuff. It's crazy how much I've learned just from sitting here for 20, 30 minutes talking about Seller Active, and how much it just makes sense for both of us to commingle and have partnerships here. We've had a great partnership. Like I said, we've met up, we've hung out, drank a little bit in Chicago up at IRCE, and
Yeah,
yeah, just
a
just
little
some
bit.
mimosas for everybody walking by and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's been a great partnership. I'm looking forward to 2019 and everything beyond with you guys. Ian, thanks for joining, man. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, sure, Austin. I appreciate the time as well. We're really excited about it. I think there will be some other, co-marketing initiatives that people can stay tuned for. I stress people come by and say hi at these different trade shows, whether it be ASD or IRCE. Another thing I did want to mention is that if you guys have sellers, or if there's anyone listening that's just interested in learning more about us, there's a few different ways you could do so. We offer group webinars throughout the week, every single week, that cover different aspects of the platform. And so you can always hop on to one of those webinars that we have, or you can come onto our website, simply just request a demo, and we'll be able to connect with you that way. We'll pass our contact information along to Austin as well, but feel free to just shoot us an email at sales@selleractive.com, and we could get someone in contact with you really quickly if you have any other questions, or you want to set up a time to go through a demo, or if I did my job well enough, if you're ready to buy now. So feel free to reach out to us. And yeah, we look forward to chatting with you guys and Austin seeing you guys in the near future.
Yeah, definitely, man. Everybody listen out there, go give SellerActive a look. Go on the website. Like you said, group webinars. That's pretty awesome stuff. So definitely go check that out. These guys are awesome customer service. I know if I've got an issue, if I've got a question, anything, Ian's the first person to respond. So definitely go ask them some questions. And really, this has been great. Give SellerActive a look. Let us know if you have any questions as well. Solutions@inventorysource.com. Hello@inventorysource.com. And our contact us page online. But Ian, thanks again for joining us. Everybody out there listening, thanks for joining as well. You can hear this podcast on Spotify, Castbox, YouTube, our blog, and stay tuned for the next one. Thanks, Ian.
Thanks, Austin.
All right. See you, everybody.